Hi, this is James from tracyandmatt.co.uk and from unboxings.com, and I'm here with the new BlackBerry Curve. This is the 9380, the touchscreen one that was announced earlier this week. Unfortunately, this one didn't come with a box, so we can't do a proper unboxing. But we'll have a look around the device and the software, and we'll have to do an unboxing video at a later date. So, if we just take a very quick look around the device, over on the left-hand side, as you can see here, all we have is the micro USB port. Over on the right, we have our up-down volume controls there with a button in the centre that's used for play and pause, and we also have a convenience key which will by default come set up for you to operate the camera, but you can change that to another feature if you want to. On the top here we have our 3.5mm headset jack, and next to that we have our screen lock button. And on the bottom there's nothing at all. Over on the back of the device we have a speaker grill at the bottom, and then at the top we have our camera lens and our camera flash. So if we let's just take the back cover off quickly so we can show you the internals. So just to show you where the SIM card slides in there, and then we have access here to micro USB, not a micro USB. What am I talking about? A micro SD card. So we'll just pop the battery back in there like so, and inside the battery cover you'll see there's a little chip here, and that's because the Curve 9380 supports NFC, so that's the NFC chip. So while that powers on, I'll just give you a very quick rundown of the specifications of the device. So what we're looking at here, dimensions wise, we're looking at 109mm by 60 by 11.2. So it's pretty thin. It's lightweight, only 98 grams. So it's a nice compact size for slipping in your pocket. The screen is a 3.2 inch. And also we've got the optical trackpad there on the front as well as using the touch screen. In terms of storage, we've got 512 megabytes of internal storage. It supports micro SD up to 32 gigabytes. All the usual stuff such as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Camera's a 5 megapixel. It doesn't shoot video in HD, unfortunately. We're still on VGA, but you have to remember this is a Curve, and it's a fairly sort of low-end device. We've still got GPS supported with AGPS, so you can use this for mapping. And in terms of the battery, it is I don't know. If my memory serves me right, it's probably about 1250, but don't quote me on that one. But just quickly before this powers up, I'm just going to give you a comparison. First of all, side by side with the other recently announced Curve, which was the 9360 here. So you can see they are a similar size device, although obviously on the left here we have the hardware QWERTY keyboard. On this newer variant, we're going to be left using the on-screen keyboard. So I suppose that this Curve 9380 resembles most of all the Torch 9860. I'm getting so confused with all these part numbers, I really am. Obviously, to look at them side by side, yeah, they've got a lot of similarities. Obviously, the Torch is much bigger. It's a better built device. It's more metallic than plastic, but you have to remember that there's a big difference in price. So we have high end and we have sort of low end. So this new Curve is running BlackBerry 7, the same as the Bold 9900, same as the other Curve, and also the two Torches that were released fairly recently. So in terms of software, it's much the same. At the top of the screen you've got access to turn on your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, your NFC, and you can also set up connections from here as well. Oh, I forgot to mention, obviously we still get our traditional hardware keys under the screen, so we've got the call, send and end keys, our BlackBerry menu button, and obviously the back button. We've got universal search, which is accessed like so. This is where you just key in whatever it is you want to search for, or we've got the voice option as well, so we can search by voice. BlackBerry. Let's see if that works. Well, it did perfectly. Nice. So the main menu. Obviously, you scroll up and down, but we've got panes to the left and right. So we've got our favourites, our media, our downloads, and our frequents, and these can be tweaked slightly. For example, if we wanted to add the YouTube one to our favourites, we can do a long hold, mark it as favourite, and it will appear there like so. In terms of the applications we've got pre-installed, it's fairly basic stuff, as you would imagine. We've got the messaging application, text messaging, we've got the browser. We'll take a quick look at the browser. And we'll load up Tracy and Matt. I'm connected to my broadband here via Wi-Fi, although there is a SIM card in here as well. Just give that a minute to load. Unfortunately, our site's not the fastest to load with the amount of content we've got on there. So there we go. So we can either double tap to zoom, or we can pinch as well. So we've got some checkerboard in there. So it's, you have to remember the processor in this curve is far from the 1.2 gigahertz that we've seen on the previous devices. I think this is, if my memory serves me right, it's probably about 824 or 54, something like that. Obviously the device works in both portrait and landscape, so we can switch over, which is fairly seamless. And up here we can we've got tab browsing, so we can open up another tab like so. And this is where my broadband decides to go really slowly, but as you can see, you can quickly jump between the open tabs there. So, in terms of web browsing on a BlackBerry Curve, this is pretty fantastic. Of course, we get BlackBerry Messenger. I haven't got that set up at the moment. We've got contacts, we've got media, and obviously because the screen is bigger on this curve than the traditional curve, this is maybe going to be ideal for your media lovers. So we're quick look at, I've got some pictures here preloaded on my micro SD card from the last review that I did, and obviously we can just swipe from side to side, and we can pinch to zoom. And if you want to send a picture, we've got various options here. So we can send by email, text messages, Twitter, Facebook, or really any application that you've got installed on the device. Jumping back into the medium, this obviously supports video playback as well. Pretty nice, and music's fairly straightforward. We've got the calendar, we've got the phone, and obviously we're going to be using the touch screen to make calls here. We've got our call log, and we've got quick access into our contacts as well. The clock's fairly straightforward. Camera, we'll have a look at the interface. It's going to be exactly the same as on the other Blackberries. So it's a case of you can either tap the screen like so, or you can actually use the hardware button. And we've got some options for turning the flash on and off. We've also got some scene modes as well, and we can have our location on, and there's a quick you can quickly jump back into your photo stream. BlackBerry Maps is preloaded. We've got YouTube, which isn't an application, it's a shortcut to the mobile version. Social feeds, which will combine your social networking notifications as well as RSS. Facebook is pre-installed. and this again will work just the same as it does on all the other BlackBerry smartphones, and the same goes for Twitter for BlackBerry. That's preloaded on the device. Instant messaging, we've still got Windows Live Messenger, Yahoo Messenger and Google Talk preloaded. Into the applications, nice to see Wikitude's already on there. Documents to go, so you can actually create as well as edit Word, Excel documents, that sort of thing. We've got a compass. BlackBerry Protect is preloaded, so you can back up all your contacts and text messages, as well as find your device on the internet if you do lose it. Traditional games are preloaded, Break and Word Mole. We can get our options set up, so if you're new to BlackBerry, using this will help you get started, which is pretty good. We've just got our normal sort of sound profiles, and we've got a help section again for more help. So that's a very sort of quick overview of the BlackBerry Curve 9380, and we will have a full review of this on the site in the next couple of weeks. So in the meantime, thanks for watching, and see you later.